We looked at effect options. That's the effect options button on the animations pane in the ribbon. Effect options included whether they flew in from the left, flew in from the top, etc. With this particular placeholder selected, other effect options include whether it comes in as one object, whether it comes in all at once, or whether it's by paragraph, as it is now. But there are more effect options than those listed here. For example, if you go to the animation pane and you hit the drop down on that particular object, object number 2, you'll find there's effect options in there as well. The sorts of effect options you might choose might be text animation. By choosing text animation, each paragraph is coming in by the first level. If I want it to come in separately, each line to come in separately, I would change this to by the second level. If I then choose OK, you'll find that each paragraph or each line comes in separately. Another effect option you might choose is by going back to the number 2 object and choosing effect options again, and this time to dim each object as it comes in. At the moment, after animation, they don't dim, but if I was to choose this drop down and to choose a colour and OK, as each object comes in, it will dim. Remember, this is an automatic play, so if you want to see how this works on the big screen, you need to go to the slideshow button at the bottom of your screen. When I go to slideshow and I click the mouse, I can see that each object animates as I click. So when I'm finished talking about rob a bank, I can dim it and bring in the next point, dim it and bring in the next point, and lead the audience through the various points that I want to make. And then press escape to stop the slideshow. If I didn't want to dim each object, I'd go back to the drop down in the animation pane and choose effect options for the number 2 object. And I'd go back to after animation and choose don't dim. And there are other objects you may wish to explore. And OK. The other thing you can do is you can add an animation that's a motion path. For example, I'll click on the placeholder around this object here and I'll go to Add Animations. And I'll choose More Motion Paths. From here I can select a motion path. For example, I might want to choose Arc Down. And each object you can see is arcing down, because it's giving me a preview of the effect because of this tick box. Try other motion paths, such as circle. And OK. It ends up being quite messy, but those are the motion paths applied to my animation. The other thing to observe on the animation pane are these 2 down V's. If I click the down V, I can expand the content for the number 2 object, and there are each of my lines. And if I really wanted to, I could apply a different effect to each line in my bulleted list. If I wish to collapse this, I'll click the 2 little up V's. The same with my motion path. If I click this button, I'll expand the content, and I can collapse the content. If I wish to remove number 13, I'll hit the drop down and I'll choose Remove. Animation can be as simple or as complex as you want it to be.